Well, here we go. We're ready to start the next match. We have a match between Rory Hendrickson and Stacey Graham versus Jesse Hughes and Pam Kelly. And Rory and his partner, Stacey, were able to win the flip. However, it looks like there was no ball pocketed on the break, so we're going to have a first opportunity to see Pam Kelly come to the table. This is the 2016 BCAPL Wisconsin State Championship. I'm Gennaro Vasquez providing your commentary today. We're at the Chula Vista Resort in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. Pam kind of surveying the table. Not what you would call the greatest spread of balls. And they elected to take solids. She made a very nice, confident shot, pocketing the ball in the side pocket. So now her partner Jesse comes around. He's going to take out this 3-ball. He even has an option here, maybe, of playing that 3-ball and forcing the cue ball forward a little bit to go into the 2-ball for a breakout. But it doesn't look like that's what he's doing. Well, there is a combination there that which looks like what she elects to shoot, and she pockets that ball very confidently too. So that was really their big trouble ball. They have to navigate their way around the table. The 1-ball, not really sitting in the best position, and the 8-ball is a little tricky too, but well, that ball got away from, the cue ball got away from Jesse a little bit. He just wanted to kind of float off that rail in order to be able to get shape on the 2-ball, but it kind of jumped off that rail on him a little bit more than I think he was expecting. Pam still has a shot at the 5-ball. She can come out 3 rails, though, for nice shape on the 2-ball. Oh, wow, what a nice shot there. Oh, she took it around 2 rails and elected to nudge the 9-ball out. Risky, but wow, what a payoff. Leaves him straight in for the 1. You can just float forward for the 2-ball, which is what he did. Now it's a matter of that 8-ball. That 8-ball, does that 8-ball go up in that top corner pocket? It's a little hard to tell from our perspective, but it does not look like, to me, it does not look like it does. So that means it's going to go in potentially in 2 pockets. It's either the 2 corner pockets where that 2-ball is up there right now. So she's got to get this ball pretty far down the table. Wow. Another amazing shot. That was a risky shot, but a huge payoff again. And they run it out. Pam Kelly, wow, a couple of amazing shots in that particular game where she had the option of maybe playing something a little differently, but she's like, no, we're going to be aggressive, and they went for the win, and they got it. So they jump out to a 1-0 lead in this race to 4. As you can see, the FargoRate system has an estimated chance for each team to win. Hendrickson Graham, 61%. Hughes Kelly at 39%. We're in the process of updating that right now because after every game, they're able to determine a little bit of the better chance for a team. So Hughes and Kelly, as you can see, now have a ever so slight edge over Hendrickson and Graham. But I would not underestimate either of these teams. They are all very strong players on both sides. Pam Kelly will be breaking for her team. Most of the players, at least in the initial matches, were playing straight for the head ball. Last match or two, they had been going for the second ball break. And she elects for the second ball break as well. And the ball spread pretty well, however, none of them found a home. So Rory Hendrickson comes to the table now. This is the 2016 BCAPL Wisconsin State Championships. I'm Gennaro Vasquez providing your commentary and the Scotch Doubles Day. This is the winner's side of the Scotch Doubles, and we're getting right down to the wire here in this event, so the pressure's on both teams. And Rory Hendrickson going ahead and pocketing that stripe. His partner Stacy Graham comes up to the table, and looks like that 9 ball goes to the corner pocket. She's probably going to want to pretty much stop it. Rory, I think, would like to be able to use this 11 ball to break out that 13 ball. A little bit flatter on it than probably he would like, but that could still get the job done. And there we go. He hits that 3 ball and just snuck up right on that 10 ball. They're in, that's unfortunately what happens. That's why we play the game. He goes for the breakout shot and makes a nice shot, but it ends up that he lands right on that ball. And so now we're in a situation where she's right on the 10 ball, and I can't tell if it's frozen or not. It looks like we do have the referee making his way to the table, Ricky Bryant, the referee, to make a determination. She's got to play the 10 ball into the side pocket. And it does not look like the balls are frozen. She's shooting away from the 10 ball, which also makes it a little bit easier of a shot. Oh, she come up with a good one there. Wow. Not only did she throw that ball in, but she kind of nudged the balls out, leaves Rory a great shot on that 12 ball. This event is using all CSI referees, CueSports International referees, certified to present the best possible and most fair play. And that got a little tricky on Rory there. He was trying to go forward and spin it around that 4 ball, but he catches just a piece of it. So his partner Stacy now, she really has one shot, and that's to shoot. She really has one shot, and that's to go ahead and shoot the 14 ball that's down along that top rail. Not the easiest shot. She's looking at that 13. It was a tough shot. However, she decided that was the one that she elected. Let's face it, neither shot was really a great shot. What was an easy shot? So she picked the one that she thought was she had the best chance of making, and we have a chance now for both Jessie Hughes and Pam Kelly to get back to the table. Jesse Hughes. And he plays it over. It looks like Pam has a nice shot at that one ball. They would like to be able to get rid of that 4 ball as soon as they can. It's sitting on that top rail. It's not in a bad position, but their other balls are on the other end of the table. So getting rid of that 4 ball, clearing up that end of the table, and kind of progressing downward is probably really on her mind. Their team already leads 1-0 over Hendrickson and Graham. Pam nails that one pretty solidly. Leaves them a pretty nice shot for that 4 ball. He can just kind of float this down table because they have multiple shots at that side pocket. It's flirting with the side, and tell you, they're not completely out of harm's way yet. That 5 ball is not sitting in the best position. 11 ball kind of blocks it. Let's see if Pam goes after it right now. Oh, she did, and was unsuccessful in pocketing the ball. You could see she really kind of had to force that ball into the side pocket, and in doing so, kind of undercut it a little bit. And so now Rory comes up. He's playing the 13 ball. He's got to come all the way down to the other end of the table. So hopefully he's trying to avoid all the obstacles in doing so. And sure enough, he catches a piece of that 8 ball. That was the challenge of that shot, was trying to bring that ball all the way back down to the end of the table without hitting any balls on the way down there. So his partner, Stacy, comes up to the table, and we'll see what she elects to do. Bank shot is pretty much kind of out of the picture as far as like a once back bank or something like that. Probably we're going to go with a kick shot here, I'm guessing. She's looking at that pretty heavily. There is another possibility. There is a bank shot where she could play the 14 toward the side pocket and possibly off the 2 ball on the side. But she's electing the short reel kick here. I mean, that is definitely the highest percentage shot. Even if she makes it, though, that's there's no guarantees of a lead for that 8 ball. That 3 ball is looming rather large where it's sitting right now. She does get a good hit on it, but it's unfortunately going to turn the table back over here to Jesse Hughes and Pam Kelly as they're coming in. They already have a 1-0 lead in this race to 4. And it's Jesse that comes in. He's taking a look at that 3 ball first. And they are sitting pretty good now. 2 ball, 5 ball, 7 ball, 8 ball, pretty much is what it's looking like. Jesse Hughes, he has a little bit of a choice to make here. He can kind of just float the ball forward and leave him cut on the side he's already on the 7, or he can kind of force the cue ball over to the other side of the 7. And he made it. It was a good shot. He really cheated the pocket a lot in order to try to hold the cue ball on that side of the 7. Pam comes up, says, I'm just going to put a little bit of right English on this, floats it off the table, off the rail to the middle of the table, and Jessie brings home the 8-ball. So they take a 2-0 lead, and the FargoRate system had them estimated before that game at a 55-45 advantage, and one would certainly figure now that opportunity to win the match, the odds would increase. We'll take a look at that here in a second. You're listening to the 2016 BCAPL Wisconsin State Championships. I'm Gennaro Vasquez. We're coming to you from the Chula Vista Resort in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. It is Scotch Doubles Day, the day when everyone is kind of getting acclimated to the tables and learning everything. And we're going to present this entire tournament to you here, so you can stream anytime you want and watch the great action that's going on here in Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin. And at this point, Hendrickson and Graham, boy, they would sure love to get a win here. It's they're down 2-0, and they are looking for an opportunity to get on the board. And Stacy Graham is going to do the break here. It looks like she elected to go ahead and break the head ball, and had a pretty good spread. However, no balls were pocketed, so Pam Kelly comes up to the table. She's kind of surveying things. Really, it looks like stripes are sitting the best. The 7-ball is kind of snuggled up to the 8-ball against the rail. There's the 6-ball that's and the 4-ball that are kind of in the middle of the table, sort of blocked. So the 11-ball is, she's going to probably shoot this 11-ball and try to go into that 9-ball a little bit. And didn't go into the 9-ball, but she decided to go ahead and pocket that 11 and just kind of float it forward to give her partner Jessie a couple of opportunities here of some different shots. He's electing to shoot the 13 ball. Oh, he nudged that ball. Not the worst, but definitely it's in a little bit more of a confined situation than it started out in. Pam is pretty much into a situation where she has to shoot this 14 ball. And she hits it with authority. I think she was trying to go into those balls. Didn't quite work out the way that she had wanted it to. She did pocket the ball, but the cue ball kind of skated by those balls instead of kind of nudging them out, I think, as she was attempting to do. And she and her partner are consulting right now. Jessie has his turn at the table, and they're trying to discuss what they're looking to do here. This is something that's new this year, is that partners are able to discuss the action at the table. Now, they can't do so while standing at the table. They have to be away from the table. So if every once in a while you see someone not at the table, you can understand why. It's because they are over consulting with their partner with regards to what would be a good strategy to use. The way I see it, that he has an opportunity to shoot a couple different shots here. He can shoot the 10 ball. He has a combination shot, can play that 9-12 combo. Or it looks like maybe, yeah, he's going to play the 9-12 combo, I believe. Well, there's sort of mixed news for he and his partner. He didn't make the shot, but he certainly didn't make things any easier for Hendrickson and Graham. Their balls remain pretty tied up. Rory goes over and he immediately attacks that 7 ball that was blocked up over there. Hughes and Kelly are up 2-0 over Hendrickson and Graham. Hughes and Kelly up 2-0 over Hendrickson and Graham in a race to 4. As you can see, according to the FargoRate system, Hughes and Kelly now with that 2-0 lead are estimated to have a 74% chance of winning this match. Stacey Graham looking at the 7 ball. So now Pam Kelly comes up, and she has pretty much one shot. She has the 10 ball. The question is, what is she going to do with it afterward? They're not really in the best position, I wouldn't say, to run out here. The 12 ball's not sitting very nice against that 3 ball. So let's take a look and see what she decides to do. She kind of floated the cue ball forward. Wouldn't be too surprised here if she and her partner take a moment to kind of survey what they think. They actually have, he has a really good shot here, a potential to shoot this 9 ball and break out their trouble ball. Probably not going to go into the 6 ball. He's going to go into the 12 ball here. At least he's going to try to. Yeah, that was a great shot. Just a little bit more predictable of where the 12 was going to go. If he goes into the 6 ball and 3 ball, the cue ball has a chance to kind of skate off in an unpredictable way. So here we go. Pam Kelly has a chance. This ball on the side. She's going to go forward with it a little bit, it looks like. So she leaves her partner, Jesse, fairly straight in. He's going to have to draw this ball back pretty much the distance of the table. Which he does a very fine job of. So Hendrickson and Graham, they are going to go down. They go down 3-0 in this race to 4. We're at Chula Vista Resort, Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. Gennaro Vasquez is my name. Thank you so much for joining us for this live streaming event. It's nice to have you along. Very beautiful place of the natural wilderness. There's a river that runs right alongside of it. Sun's even out today. Quite a bit of rain overnight, but some nice sun today here in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. And looks like Pam Kelly is going to get the break here. Let's see what she does. They've been breaking the 2nd ball, so let's see if she sticks with that or if she decides to change it up a little bit. Here we go. And the 2nd ball break, and that was a pretty good break. And I'll tell you, it's the balls are sitting pretty good. Pretty much, it looks like they're going to have to go with solids here. All the solids have pockets down to the 8 ball. Could also take stripes, but stripes has a couple of even tougher trouble balls. That 10 ball, that 14 ball, both would present some pretty big challenges. Jesse goes and makes a nice shot where he just kind of floats the ball down the table. Leaves Pam a good shot at that 2 ball. It's a little hard to tell if that 4 ball passes by that 10 ball for the other corner pocket. But Pam's kind of taking a look at that now, seeing if that 4-ball passes by that 10 to go into the corner where that 2 is. I'll tell you what I think that she would love to have happen is to shoot this 2-ball, and then they have a chance to break out that 8-ball. And she shoots it, and I don't know, that 4-ball didn't come out in a very good spot. It can possibly be played off of the 15-ball that's there, but you'd have to fall just right in order to do that. The one thing she did manage to do for sure, though, is to be able to make the 8-ball pass by the 11-ball now. So in that respect, it was a good shot. Looks like Jessie just a little bit nudges the 11-ball. She's queuing over it. Try to go down for the 5-ball. And as he floats down table, he hit that one maybe a little flatter than he would really have liked to. So, 3-ball. Can't tell if, doesn't look like she's going to be able to pocket that 3-ball. Here we go. Pam Kelly's already made a couple of really great shots this match. She's going to try to cut that 5-ball. And she, that diamond, the diamond table pro cut pocket was just like, yeah, sorry, Pam, you've made a couple of nice shots, but that one is, we're just going to give Rory another chance here. So Rory and his teammate, Stacy, come back to the table. This is a big match, and this could be a huge turning point for Rory and for Stacy. If they can find a way to win this game, believe me, Hughes and Kelly want to finish this off right here and right now. They did not want Rory and Stacy to get back to the table. One thing Rory's looking at is they're the 3 stripes that are right near each other, right near the spot. That 14, the 9, and the 10-ball. They are really kind of what I guess you could consider not lying in a really good spot. So he would love to be able to address them right now. That's why he's considering the combination. Wow, that was a big shot. It was an aggressive shot, a big shot, and he nailed it. As they're trying to run down this rack, pretty much at this point down 3-0. Every shot's a big shot. This one is no exception. Going to elect to cut the 12 down to the corner the long way. Catches a little bit of the rail first, and it just stays up. Wow, just a hair, about one more quarter rotation, and that ball was in the pocket. But nonetheless, we do have another chance here by Jessie Hughes and Pam Kelly to come back to the table. They're kind of standing off to the side, conferring on what might be the best plan of action. That 4-ball is in a bad place. So they have a couple of options here. They can kind of go for a shot where they try to break it out. It does look like it could be played off of that 15-ball on the side. But they have to be in just the right place in order to do it. And he comes down table, and I'll tell you, I think he has left her a chance at it. It's not an easy shot, but it's there. It looks like maybe he didn't even leave her a little window for the 3-ball, so I'm just going to try the 3-ball first. Oh, that was a good shot. Oh, man, but she kind of hooks her partner in a spot where it's already that's a tough spot. So we're going to find out what they're going to do here. A couple of options. Could pull out the jumper. It'd be like the world's best jump shot, but they're going to take a more calculated risk and just take an intentional foul to open up the table and give them ball in hand and just hope that somehow they find a way to get back to the table again. Well, I mean, they have a 3-0 lead, so at this point, it's kind of a calculated risk and not really having an opportunity to run out from there anyway. That's was a calculated risk on their part. Oh, Keywell takes a little funny roll over the spot there, but they're still sitting in good shape. So Hendrickson and Graham down 3-0 in this race to 4. This is the winner's side. They're playing for the drivers here, folks, and it's they have Hughes and Kelly a 91% chance, but can Hendrickson and Graham tip it back in their favor? We'll find out here. This is the BCAPL Wisconsin State Championships at Chula Vista Resort in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. I'm Gennaro Vasquez in the booth here. Rory Hendrickson goes ahead and shoots that 9-ball. They really could play this a number of different ways. That 8-ball's a little tricky. It looks like it does go in either the side or the corner. However, it's kind of right on the edge of the cushion there, so it's sitting a little funny. But she leaves Rory a pretty nice shot here. Well, that was a good shot. He did not want to leave her on the wrong side of that ball, so we'll find out. They're over conferring. They can't exactly see the angle here, but she has an option of trying to go forward with it if she can, just playing in the corner, or she can kind of try to force the ball in to the left side of that pocket and try to get it on the other side of the 8-ball. Looks like she's just going to go forward with it. And that should be just fine. The danger there was leaving a little angle, which could potentially leave a scratch shot, but she hit that very well. Rory finishes it off, and it's 3-1. So the FargoRate system had them at only a 9% chance to win the match, but we'll see how it works out now because they've put themselves on the board, 3-1. Rory Hendrickson coming up to rack the balls. They're taking a moment to kind of consider what they're going to do here. Rory has been breaking the second ball on that left side of the table. He's changing it up. Rory's decided now he's going to go center ball, and he's going to go break head ball from the center of the table. Wow, that was a explosive break. The ball's scattering all over the place, and he did pocket something. Somehow, that cue ball ended up in a place that his partner is going to have a little bit of a challenging first shot here, though. Such a good break. To me, though, it looks like her first shot's going to be a bank shot. 12 ball, once back in the corner where she's standing right now, is probably going to be her election. Stripes and solids both sitting about equally good and bad. That 11-7 is kind of tied up a little bit, but other than that, they're both sitting pretty open. So she does pat the corner pocket and says, yep, that's where I'm going to try to play it. So this short bank here. A little short on that bank. So now up comes Pam Kelly. They're up 3-1 in this match, and they would love nothing more than to be able to finish this out. Table's open. Pam can go ahead and shoot this. Yeah, it looks like she's going to try this triple combo to claim stripes here. If she does this, that really eliminates all the major trouble balls. And it does find its way in. She leaves her partner a combination shot. She's going to have to play that 12-10 combo. It's right along that rail, though, so you would expect that this would be a shot that he feels pretty confident in shooting. And that Pro Cup pocket jumps out and bites him. And so that 10 ball stays up there. And I'll tell you what, this table's not getting any easier to get out on. Rory may have to step up and shoot a bank shot for his first shot. Well, the good and the bad of it is this bank shot does, presuming he pockets the two, it does send the cue ball up to the other end of the table where potentially he'll get shape on a ball or break up one of those kind of 2 packs of trouble balls. He's going to think about this one quite a bit, I would think. This is a big moment in this match. They're down 3-1. He's not sitting that great. Maybe he's even kind of considering a safety of some sort. We'll see. Hendrickson from the Fargo-Moorhead area. Very good shooter. Looks like he's... maybe contemplating some sort of safety. Well, he played a pretty good safety there. It was he didn't. He made it so that he broke out their balls, Hendrickson and Graham's balls, but then also it ended up that he did not leave the duck 10 ball for Kelly and Hughes coming in. Pam Kelly lets out a sigh as she's trying to figure out what to do. She has a couple of options here. One of them is kind of a real sort of go for it moment where she could end up shooting that 14 ball and potentially breaking out the 12-13. The problem is if she doesn't get it, and she ends up playing a combination, and no ball falls. Still, though, that 1-7 not sitting very good. There's 3 balls kind of in trouble. It's a tense moment here for them because they have to try to navigate this very difficult table when they're already behind 3-1. And Stacey Graham goes for the side pocket and turns things back over to Jesse Hughes. Jesse Hughes and his partner up 3-1 in this race to 4. This is for the driver's seat. This is a big match, and these players, you can see it in their faces and their actions. They're really bearing down, trying to take their time and execute shots and plan their actions as clearly as they can. So Jesse goes over and consults with Pam. They're talking about, well, should we play the 10 ball and then float up for the 12? Right now at this moment, the 9 ball is their Achilles heel. They can get shape on the 9 off the 13. I have a feeling he's going to elect to shoot the 13 ball. Nope, he's going for the 10. It turns out. Oh, that is not what he wanted to do. I don't think that 12 ball passes by the 7 ball now. So from here, then he commits a foul. Boy, that was definitely not what he was looking to do. If Hendrickson and Graham can find a way to get out here and make this match 3-2, that could really start putting some pressure on Hughes and Kelly. Not that they haven't been under that sort of pressure before, but definitely tightens this match up and makes every shot even that much more important. Because that once huge lead they had 3-0, it is kind of come down to the point where that could potentially be in jeopardy. I don't think Rory was real happy with the way he left that ball. He kind of looked a little disappointed and sort of shook his head as he walked away. He's left her pretty much the only shot she has is the 6 ball. And it is a makeable ball, but she also has to kind of bridge over the 14 ball, which adds a sort of a degree of difficulty to it. And even if she does that, getting sort of backed on the table or sheep on the other ball, it's not a natural shot. So it's a little touch and go here. She's going to really have to come with one here. Wow, that's not the way. I don't think that's the way that she was planning that. But at this point in time, I think they will gladly take it because, in a way, even though she's blocked up their 2 ball, that has made that 9 ball really tough too. So, if they were not going to run this out, that is the next best option. Might be looking at cutting this in the side. From my perspective, it doesn't really look like it goes in the side past the 9, but he'd have a better perspective of that than I would, as he's right up at the table. He's probably going to shoot some kind of safety here. The odds of a run out at this point, probably not great. Not really an easy safety either, and I'll tell you, the last thing he really wants to do is turn this table back over down 3-1. Looks like he's going to go for the side pocket. That is a very difficult, very tight shot. And he overcuts it just a tad. And, we'll see what happens here. Pam Kelly comes up, very disappointed. Pam pretty much going to be forced to take a shot on what would be probably their most difficult ball at this point, the 12 ball, going into that side pocket. And with these Pro Cup pockets, that's never a sure thing. And sure enough, she did kind of overcut that ball. So they find themselves back up again. Now here, the way that it fell, though, she has left Stacey Graham nothing but a combination. So she has to shoot this 3. Wow, you talk about a tough shot in a key situation. This is it. Has to play a combination. They're down 3-1, and if she doesn't make this shot, Hughes and Kelly come up with a wide open table. And she nails it. Wow, what a shot. Ooh. Man, I'm up in the booth sweating. That was a tough shot in a key situation. Wow, she come through on that one. So now the 1 ball, he wants to leave himself an angle on the 3 ball, so that his partner Stacey Graham can. That's perfect. It's a natural angle. All she has to do is pocket the 3 ball. She comes off the long rail. She kind of floats over toward that other long rail on the other side for the 8 ball in the corner pocket. Now, so that's what has to happen. So she goes over to talk to him. There is a possibility for a scratch shot here. There is a scratch shot there, but there are several ways to be able to kind of navigate around that possibility. She hits it beautifully. She hit that very well. Landed just on the other side of that side pocket. Rory nails home the 8-ball, and so all of a sudden it now is 3-2. That 8-ball, it probably could have gone through the back of the pocket if it had wanted to. But so all of a sudden now, that 3-0 lead that Hughes and Kelly had is sort of creeping away. Hendrickson and Graham sort of sneaking in. They've made it 3-2 now, and what was once a 17% chance is doubled now to around a 30% chance. But boy, you got to think that Hendrickson and Graham are feeling pretty good right now, because they were down 3-0. They've won the last 2 games. Kind of seems like there's been a bit of a momentum switch here. But Pam Kelly, she says, I'm going to close the door right now. She's getting ready to break. Second ball break. And no ball is pocketed. Now, the ball spread pretty well. It really looks like they're both comparable. Stripes might be a hair better. The 3-ball is blocked, but I think Rory's going to address that right now. He's going to shoot that 5 and leave it for the 3, which he does. So his partner Stacy comes to the table, and she's going to consult with him because she has a couple of options here. She can play that 3-ball. She has an angle to do a couple different things. She can leave it for the 6-ball that's right there. She could potentially leave him for the 2-ball to the other corner. And so Rory has a choice now of 2 shots. I would have to think that if he can make that 2-ball, that's going to be it. If that 2-ball goes by the 9 into that corner, that's what he's going to shoot. Taking a good look at this one. It's tight. I mean, it looks to me like he's got probably about half a pocket. But they have got to deal with that 2-4. Now, those balls are what's preventing the run out right now. He's looking at the 4-ball. If that 2-ball is tight, that 4-ball is... that would really be just a hairline to be able to get that through there. But I do understand his reasoning for looking at it, because if they shoot that 2-ball, that 4-ball doesn't move. I mean, it's still in the same spot, and there's really not a great pocket for it. So he's looking at that 4-ball now. Wow. Nails it. And he lines up. Wow, that was a good shot. Lines up for the 7-ball. She's going to have to play that 7-ball. I think they would really have liked to play the 6-ball there, but the 7 is going to have to be the choice. Well, we've got the 2 ball and the 1 ball here. Big opportunity to make it hill. Oh, she floated that ball a little bit too far. Rory's going to have to try to figure out how to, might be a little bit too close for a jump shot. He's probably going to have to end up trying to spin this ball. Do a slight massey around that 12 ball. The good news of that is that if he's able to pocket that 1 ball, his partner should have a shot at the 8 ball. It looks like he's going to take out the jump cue. No? I think he's still trying to decide what he's going to do. He's pulled out the jump cue. He's pulled out a bridge. He's pulled out several things out of his case here. Now here comes the jumper. The trouble with the masse shot is it's probably the more natural shot, but he's in the middle of the table. So here's a big shot. Potentially a difference between making it hill and or giving Hughes and Kelly a chance to get back to the table with a wide open table for the win. The referee's watching the shot. And here we go. Yeah. Catches a piece of that 12 ball as he's trying to get over there. Well, it was a difficult position. He not only had to jump it, but he had to use the bridge to jump it because the cue ball was kind of down the table. Going to elect to shoot the 12 ball first. Pam Kelly and Jesse Hughes with a 3-2 lead. They're at the table. They're running down. The 10 ball is a ball that it's kind of in the middle of the table. It's sort of in an awkward place. Plenty of ways to get to it, but it's I'm guessing it's something that they would rather take sooner rather than later. Goes to confer with his partner. Again, that's something that has changed this year. That the CSI rules have changed so that you can confer away from the table with your partner. And he goes ahead and leaves her the 13 ball. She pretty much just has to kind of draw it back out to the middle of the table. She decides to float it up the middle of the table, and pretty good shot at the 10 ball. got into that one a little heavier than he wanted to. Oh, wow. There was a little bit of butterflies in the stomach for a second as that cue ball was nudging toward that side pocket. But Pam Kelly, here she goes. This is for the win. She takes it home. And there it is. So, wow, what a match. Jessie Hughes and Pam Kelly advance in the winner's side, and they drop Rory Hendrickson and Stacey Graham to the one-loss side. Quite a match here.